Excellent. Let's read Cicero's Pro Caelio, chapter 39. But first, what just happened in the previous chapter? He ended up saying a lot of things against Clodia. He said if someone, not like Clodia at all, were to live in a lustful manner, in the manner of a harlot, in the mode of life of a prostitute, should I think, or would I think him an adulterer if anyone had greeted this woman a little bit too freely? That's the kind of statement that Cicero ends on. Should someone be accused of being an adulterer if the woman is this out there? Then we start this next thought. Dicet aliquis. Dicet aliquis is future tense indicative. Someone will say, Haec igitur est tua disciplina. Is this? Haec. It's either feminine singular or neuter plural, and then we find out it's feminine singular. Is this, therefore, your discipline? Is that the way you discipline people? Is this, therefore, your discipline? Sic tu instituis adolescentis? Is this, like, in this way, do you, instituis could mean draw up, instruct, set up, but here it would be like raise, instruct young men, accusative plural is ending. Is this how you raise young men? Or is this how you instruct young men? Ob hanc causam tibi hunc puerum parens commendavit et tradidit, ut in amoratquin voluptatibus adolescentiam suam conlocaret, et ut hanc tu vitam atque haec studia defenderes? This is a longer sentence. Ob hanc causam is for this reason, tibi, to you, hunc puerum, this boy, parens, nominative, the parent. So, did the parent, for this reason, something this boy to you? We're going to expect a verb of giving. Commendavit et tradidit. Entrusted and handed over. So was it for this reason that the parent entrusted and handed over this boy to you? Caelius has become a puer now, not even just a adolescent, a puer, a boy, even more vulnerable to moral influence. So was it for this reason that the parent handed over and entrusted this boy to you, so that ut in amoratquin voluptatibus, in love, you could say love or love affairs, and in pleasures, adolescentiam suam. Adolescentia, the ia form is adolescence, as in the age of being an adolescent, conlocaret, that he would place, literally place, his, but you'd probably say spend his adolescence, his young years in love affairs and in pleasures. Et ut hanc tu vitatque haec studia defenderes, and so that something this life, accusative case, you, nominative, and so that you would defend this life and these pursuits. So putting it all together from the start of this longish sentence, was it for this reason that the parent entrusted and handed over to you this boy, that he would literally place, but you could say spend his adolescence in love affair and in pleasures, and that you would defend this life and these pursuits. Ego, si quis judices hoc robor animi ad quac indole virtutis ac continentiae fuit, ut respueret omnis voluptates, omnemque vitae suae cursum in labore corporis, atquin animi contentione conficeret, quem non quies, non remissio, non aequaliam studia non ludi, non convivium delectaret, nihil in vita expetendum putaret, nisi quod esset cum laudet cum dignitate conjunctum. Hunc mea sententia divinis quibus tam bonis instructat quornatum puto. That is one sentence. Ego is the subject. The main verb is puto, but we don't need to know the main verb yet. I, and then maybe we'll just return to that later. If anyone, O judges, was of this, and then the was is actually fuit here. I've anticipated, was of this firmness. Robor means firmness. It also means like an oak trunk or something. It's a very strange word. Was of this firmness of mind, and was of this this capacity of virtue. So let's see. If anyone was of this firmness of mind and this capacity of virtue, in both of these forms, hoc robore and hac indole are ablatives, and they're the ablatives of qualities, just like the genitives of qualities. If anyone judges was of this firmness of mind and this capacity of virtue and the capacity of self-restraint, continentia, Old English word, which is continence, which is the ability to contain yourself, i.e. self-restraint, was of this capacity for virtue and self-restraint that he rejected, respueret, literally spat back, rejected omnis voluptates, all pleasures. Then we have an omnem in the accusative, agreeing with cursum. It's actually going to be the object of conficeret, and carried out or completed his whole cursum, his whole course, vitae suae, of his life, the whole course of his life in labore corporis, in the labor of the body, i.e. in the work of physical work, atquin animi contentione, and in the contention, that is the striving, the straining of the mind, carried out his whole life. So if anyone was so virtuous that he rejected all pleasures and carried out the whole course of his life in the work of the body and in the straining of the mind. And then he continues to describe this quis, whom, this man who, known does not mean no, but it may be easier to translate it that way when you do get to that. I'm going to go super literally right now. Not quies, not rest, not relaxation, not the pursuits of his equals, of his friends, not games, or you could say this could be, I think it also means love affairs, but you could also say sports, plays, shows, not games, not partying delights. So this is the main verb delectaret. All of the things in the list, quies, remissio, studia, ludi, convivium, are the subjects, whom rest, relaxation, the pursuits of his friends, games or love affairs, and partying does not delight, but the not has been repeated for every single one. Nihil, nothing, could be accusative or nominative. In vita, in life, expectendum ought to be sought out, putaret, he would think, or who would think. I think there's a missing who here. It's continuing to describe this virtuous Superman, basically, who would think that nothing in life ought to be sought out. That's a gerundive of obligation. Since it's like it's describing nihil, nothing, and there's a missing ser, is something that should be sought out. Nothing should be looked for in life. Nisi, except quod esset, that which is cum laudet cum dignitate conjunctum. That is nothing except that which is conjunctum, joined together with praise and with dignity. So he's really laying it on thick. This is a superhuman person who doesn't take any rest or delight in anything except that which is just hard work. Hunc, this man. So this is the masculine singular referring to if anyone was a firmness of mine. Hunc mea sententia, in my opinion. This man, in my opinion, divinis quibus tam bonis is all agreeing. With certain, quibus tam is certain, with certain divine goods, literally, but you could also probably understand this as virtues, literally good qualities in his character. With certain divine virtues, instructum. That's masculine accusative agreeing with hunc. Endowed, or you could say instructum is again literally drawn up, instructed, but yeah, you could say was furnished with certain divine virtues. Atque ornatum. Ornatum is literally decorated with, and you could say endowed or something to that effect. Was and then puto, our main verb. I think that this man, in my opinion, has been furnished and endowed with certain divine virtues. So he's saying certain divine virtues because he's really saying he's not just human. He's a bit beyond human if he's like this. In my opinion, I think this man is beyond human, endowed with certain divine traits and furnished with them. Ex hoc genere, out of this kind. So out of this superhuman kind, illos fuisse arbitror. Arbitror is, I think, or I judge that illos, those, had been from this kind. Fuisse had been. Those, and then illos before a proper name like Camillos is those famous guys. I think that those famous Camilli, Fabrici, Curi were from this kind, and omnis, and all, and this is omnis accusative plural, is ending, and all those who haec ex minimis tanta fecerunt. This is a very compressed expression. Let's go literally. Those who made, haec tanta agrees, these such great things as these. He'd be gesturing around at basically Rome. Ex minimis, from very small things. and all those who made these great things, gesturing at Rome, from little tiny things. What he means is, and all those who built up this empire, the Roman Empire, from tiny beginnings. And that is a theme in, say, Livy's history, where he talks about the heroes of the past who, though they had not very much, and Rome was tiny at that time, it expanded and it was great, and it was also morally really good. So that's the thread he's picking up on. So he says it was those guys, the Camilli, the superheroes of the past. They were the of that kind, and is implying, and we're not really like that anymore. Let's be honest. Excellent. I'll go to chapter 40 next time.